I'll make it into something. Back when Eli was in 3rd grade and was 8 years old, and found out that Eli was stealing her sister's makeup and sarongs and bringing them to school and putting on sarongs at school over her shorts, so it looked like she was wearing a sarong, and putting on, God, I don't remember what, a little lipstick, a little rouge, and nobody knew what to make of it at all. The teacher was totally beyond her wits, and she was a really good teacher and really loved kids and really loved Eli. But, she talked to us and know what to do, and Eli persisted in doing it, and finally, the teacher said, oh, good solution is no 3rd graders should wear makeup at all. It's not appropriate for 3rd graders. So, after a while, Eli stopped doing that, but, the years went by, and, Eli was still like, well, I can be a girl.
When Eli was in 3rd grade, we got a phone call from her teacher, and she called us in and gave us the news that our daughter was asking everyone to call her, I should say, our then son was asking everyone in the classroom to call him a her. We were shocked. And then we found out that she was stealing her older sister's makeup and clothing and wearing it to school. Our first response was devastation. We were frightened, we were confused, and we really had nobody to turn to. I did a lot of research. I'm pretty sophisticated, and went online and bought books and looked at articles, and there was really very little to no support for families like ours. We did not have much information about what the likelihood that Eli would persist in her identification as a girl. Because the information we had was very limited, and because we definitely had no support in terms of allowing our child to be her genuine self, we chose to not let her live her life as a girl, and it had serious consequences. Eli became very withdrawn, very depressed, and in middle school it was frightening. She would not open up to a therapist, and we were very, very concerned, as were her teachers, our extended family, our friends.
I remember talking to Eli as a dad, and Eli being my only son, and I was, well, you could do a lot more for the world being a feminist man than being, than just being, I think I said being a guy who becomes a girl. And Eli just said, well, it is possible. And this is when Eli's like 11 years old. And I well, yeah, it's possible. And didn't give it a whole lot of thought, like, wow, Eli really is saying she wants to be transgender.
We learned about TYFA. I became a member, and we got on their listserv, and suddenly this amazing world opened up to us. Hundreds of families from all over the country were either going through what we went through 5 years before, or were 3 years ahead of us in terms of their ability to cope with having a transgender child. The website was invaluable in terms of allowing us to float ideas about how to navigate the path for our child. We finally had a source of information, latest information on the rights of our children, different ideas on different medical issues in regards to our children. And we also gained access to people who could come into our community to educate our schools. About a month ago, Kim Pearson came to our community and educated teachers in our community. I immediately received phone calls from my friends who were teachers who were absolutely thrilled that she had come and had given them resources so that they could deal with transgender children in their classroom. The parents of TYFA are bound by their intense love for their children. We come from all kinds of backgrounds. Some of us are very educated, some of us are not, some of us are very accepting and have families who are and communities who are very accepting. Some of us come from areas and from families where they are the only ones who are accepting of their children, and they have to struggle to find the resources and the support for their kids.
It was like during middle school when Eli was very, I shouldn't say this was smug, she was very depressed. She was, very unhappy, always wore the same clothes all the time, and couldn't believe it. Dolphin t-shirts and shorts all the time. And really at 8th grade was the turning point. We thought, okay, this kid needs help. And we didn't know, like necessarily, the help is going to be being transgender and everything's going to be okay. Well, it turns out that's what happened. Eli went shopping one summer with our other daughter's best friend, and Eli's like, I want to go shopping in that section. It was girls section, and got some girls' clothes, and it was just like tight girls' jeans and a girl's t-shirt, sort of like what you're wearing now. And I could just see the change, and that was a little over 2 years ago, and yeah.
Do you have anything to say?
Not really. I probably should say something, but I think I'm gonna edit that out.
Okay.